David and Zane, David and Zane, on a Thursday. We're talking about the issues, but we're keeping it funky.
Hey everybody,
Hi.
it's the Thursday podcast,
It is.
and you are not David, are you?
No, I am not David, unfortunately. I wish I was sometimes, because then I'd have some mad guitar skills and be swimming in ladies.
Yeah. Guitar skills. Yeah, so David is sick, and I am here with super special guest. I already screwed it up.
Daniel Vorwerk, but I usually go by Danny. So.
Yeah. He's one of our most faithful listeners on the Thursday podcast. You're probably going to listen to it later tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And so like I said, David's not here because he is sick. I think he slept for like 16 hours yesterday or something.
And that's unusual, apparently.
Well, he did it earlier this weekend too, apparently. But
Oh.
yeah, he's sick. This is actually the first. I don't want to ruin the illusion or anything, but this is actually the first time the Thursday podcast is being recorded on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Because we've just been delaying, and now it's time.
Yeah, it was kind of a funny surprise. I kind of just got this popped upon me, and oh my god, yay!
It's a dream come true.
Yeah.
Huh.
I have low standards.
Thanks. Yeah. So anyway, on a Thursday, and Thursday, I'm gonna guess that Thursdays, if this continues to happen, that it'd be a really weird day for me to record the podcast on, because, like, me and Danny have a class called Undesirable Elements.
Yes.
And it just tugs at your heartstrings every week.
As our professor describes it, it is a children's birthday party mixed with group therapy.
Pretty much. Lots of crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did one exercise today where we were supposed to choose an object from our past, and something that has a extreme significance to you, and kind of explain why it's significant, how you got it, what significance it made on your past, as well as you today. And I think my object was the only one where the significance was me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was
me, and it's just, I realized later, like, everyone chose like teddy bears and stuff that reminded them of a relative, but mine was just reminding me of me, and it was just the most narcissistic thing of that day, I think.
It potentially. I mean,
when you boil it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people's things came down to, like, an aspect of themselves. Like, I think Sammy Joe. Shout out to Sammy Joe.
Danny with his first shout out.
Yeah. Hers was based on her confidence, so that was, yeah.
And good on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. So this is the week, our post-Thanksgiving podcast.
Yes.
And Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yes, Canadian Thanksgiving.
So,
not real Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You celebrate both, right?
I do. But this year I didn't so much celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving because I'm a resident assistant at the university. And so I volunteered to take the Thanksgiving shift, which basically I stayed in my room for 4 days, and I also lost hot water on, like, the first day. So I was just by myself for Thanksgiving taking cold showers.
Yeah, when I went home for Thanksgiving, I took a bus to Toronto, and it was reminiscent of this other bus I took like last year. And normally when I ride the bus, I can just fall asleep and shave off like an hour of my trip. And I remember last year I took a bus where I was trying to fall asleep, but it felt like someone was kicking in the back of my seat every few minutes. I was like, this is what the hell? So I kind of like propped myself up so that the kicks wouldn't be as impacting. But it wasn't working. I just kind of turned around in my seat because I just wanted to see what was happening. And the asshole behind me, instead of sleeping normally, like leaning back in your seat, he fucking wedged his head into the back of my seat. It was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That's like the most asshole move you can do.
Like you can. Oh yeah, you're sleeping. You're trying to sleep on a bus, but you're ruining someone else's ride.
I think the only worst way to sleep like that in like public transit, or I guess cross country transit, would be if like they just laid across their seats and like feet in the aisles, or if they put their feet up so that they were like right next to your face.
Yeah.
That's the point when you're allowed to stab someone, I believe.
Huh. Don't ever ride the bus, Danny.
No, that's why I have my own vehicle.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't do well with public transit.
Oh my god. Oh. That's... Okay, so I have my phone out queuing, like, what I want to say and stuff. But it turns out I pressed the voice record button. And so Siri, took the liberty of recording what we just said and putting it back into... Okay, that's funny. Screenshot, maybe. Okay, that didn't work. I'll post it in the thing.
Yeah. Just throw it in somewhere.
Yeah. And you said you had something that you want to talk about.
Oh, yes. So we are not recording in the Jackman right now. We are recording in my residence room.
Definitely not recording in me and David's apartment.
Yeah, definitely not. We are recording at my place, which is this lovely room that kind of resembles a prison cell because it is stone walls.
White blank stone walls.
White blank stone walls. And, every Thanksgiving, the residences switch the buildings from cooling to heating. And I will say, this sucks. Because, like, my room has been hot as balls the last couple days. And, see, what happened a few weeks ago was we got this weird heat wave in winter where it was just...
Like 20-degree weather.
Yeah, it was...
On a good day.
Yeah, it was hotter than nobody's business. And, like, for a good week, my room was, like, the coldest place you could find on campus. And we had, like, you hung out with me one day, and Mark was here a couple times. And this has just been, like, the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I've noticed the difference, like, walking in here, normally... Like, I brought a sweater this time.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it's normally really cold. But now I can just feel it's humid.
Yeah, it is actually a little bit humid, and I'm kind of afraid that I'm going to, like, walk away, and next thing I know, the plants on my windowsill are just going to be, like, twice the size they should be, and I'm going to be in a rainforest, which actually might be quite enjoyable.
For a time.
Yeah, for a time, until Darwinism takes effect.
Okay. Normally David would pose a question or a segment to me where I have to, like, kind of like a lightning round. So I prepared one. It's like a kill, marry, fuck
Oh God.
thing, but with food.
Okay.
What food would you kill? What food would you marry? And what food would you like have
an intimate relationship with?
No, that'd fall under marry. I mean, like, let's say
A
like
one-night
a one-time,
stand.
yeah, one night stand with food.
Okay, what food would I kill?
Or do you want me to give you suggestions?
Yeah, give me suggestions.
Okay. Out of steak or red meat, bread, and sodas or pop or whatever, soft drinks.
I would have to kill soft drinks, because I've been having some bad experiences with energy drinks lately. Like, they make me like freak out and have anxiety attacks, just with all the stress that university's putting me through. And for Mary, I would have to marry red meat probably, because red meat is awesome. You can do a lot with it. And I think if I was gonna make sweet love to some kind of food, I think going off of a lovely YouTube video, I'd go with turkey, so that I could, in Helsing abridged quotations, I could fuck the fear turkey.
Those are good answers. I would say that I would marry bread, because then I'd get fat, and that's what happens when you get married.
Yeah. You also never have sex again.
Exactly. I would fuck soft drinks, because I don't normally drink soft drinks because of what they can do to me. So it's kind of like a once in a while thing. And I would guess I would, but then that leaves me to kill red meat, and I can't do that. Can I kill something else?
Yeah, turkey wasn't one of the things you gave me, so.
I'd kill spicy food, because I'm not good with spicy.
Yeah, spicy food is one of those things where, depending on how it goes with you, that is sometimes something that you have to have at the end of the night. Otherwise, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. And speaking of spicy food or spicy stuff, I remember last year in second semester, me and David's Thursday thing was taking a shot of hot sauce.
Yes.
And did you hear what was kind of behind that?
You'll have to remind me. Sorry.
After 2 or 3 weeks, whenever we would do the shot, David would say, "Zane, we shouldn't be doing this." When it was getting really hard to meet up on Thursdays and actually take the shot, he's like, we've been missing some of them, and it's a sign that we should stop. And I'm like, no, I know it hurts and stuff, but we can power through it. And then this one time, we took the shot in midday, and then it started to burn, when I went to the bathroom. and then it would hurt to sit down. And so I went out to dinner with my friend, and it was a mess. It wasn't fun there too. Mm. So I think that's what David meant.
Yeah.
By we should stop. So that's why I would kill spicy foods.
Okay, that's a reasonable thing.
Right. I've kind of run out of we've run through our list of things I want to talk about, but anything else?
I don't know. We can talk about kind of first year and how things worked.
Yeah, me and Danny we were on. We lived together in residence, like David. We were all on the same floor.
Yeah, we all had rooms next to each other. I was next to David, and so were you, but you were on the other side of him. But yeah, that's how we all kind of ended up meeting and becoming the three mutual acquaintance that anybody could have.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, but it was kind of funny because you and I are in the same program, and we had some interesting times working on papers together.
Oh, yes.
I think the first time I ever had a 5-hour energy drink was when you and I were working on like annotated bibliographies and like
Dreadlogs.
yeah, and I don't know why. I just still have never learned how to actually space out my work. And so, funny story about something that happened last year. Zane and I were in 2 classes, and we had the same professor for both of these classes, and we had to hand in some papers. I think it was it a Thursday and a Friday, or a Wednesday and a Thursday?
I think it was Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay, that would make sense. Anyway, for our finals, basically, we had to hand in these papers on a Wednesday and Thursday. Me, being the idiot that I was, and still continue to be, waited until the last minute. I ended up having to pull 2 all-nighters in a row. So Zane saw me on the Thursday, and he kind of looks at me, and he goes,
I probably said like, when was the last time you slept or something?
yes. And
or I just said you look like you haven't slept in a while.
And I after he asked me, that question, or when he said you look like you haven't slept in a while, I responded with, "What day is it today?"
I said it's Thursday. Or something.
You know what? It was a Friday that this happened because
Oh yeah.
because you told me it was a Friday, and I go, "Oh, okay." When I woke up, it was Wednesday. That's still
It's a great punchline.
yeah. That just sums up pretty much my entire university experience right now.
Yeah, I've learned that when I have a big project to do like that, it doesn't matter how early I start, but the night before, I'm going to spend all night working on it. It might be 20 minutes work here and there, but I will spend the entire night working on it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I tend to forget things and get preoccupied doing other things, or just ignoring it until the last possible second. So that's what happens.
You find things to do.
I find things to do. That's true. And I will make up excuses as to why I can't do the work.
You'll justify not working by finding. You'll just find other work to do. It's not as pressing.
Honestly, my room is a bit of a mess right now, but I promise you, come finals, my room will be spotless. It will look Stepford wife clean in here.
And your room will be as clean as your paper will be blank.
It will. I hope my mom doesn't somehow get wind of this.
Yeah, I have. Sometimes we have to be careful about what me and David say. Like there have been times where I have had to edit things out that you'll never hear, never.
Well, you already did catch me cussing once, which
That's okay. It'll stay.
yeah, it was unavoidable. And I don't think my mom's ever gonna hear this. Shout out to my mom.
I don't know what she goes by, so I would have, but okay.
I don't know what she goes by with my friends either. Yeah, no.
Man, it's hot. It's
It
hot in
is.
here.
I don't like it. I need to find out if there's anything I can do, like if I can just destroy the heating system in this building, just piss off all of the students, which would be a terrible thing for me to do.
Just don't get caught. It's
No.
not wrong if you don't get caught.
Right. Like those babies.
Yes. Like those babies. 19 minutes. Almost 20.
We are at 19 minutes.
I think this has been good.
This
This has
is
been a good podcast.
It has.
We'll cut the head off before we start going downhill.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Danny, for joining me on the Thursday podcast.
You're welcome. If I ever join again, hopefully I'm a little bit better at this and we can make it last a little bit longer.
That's what he said.
It
To she.
was. It is what he said to she.
Or he. I mean, that's okay.
Or he.
It's okay.
Or it could have been what she said to she.
Anyone can say it to anyone.
It is something that can be said to anyone.
But it has to be about sex.
Yes. Or about recording a podcast.
All right. There's actual Thursday out.
Peace!
Love you.
Bye.